Good afternoon. Reporting live from Schlund's Gym. This is Eric Fernandez with my co-host Lucas Perlin, and today's action will feature the Brookline High School Warriors against the Newton North Tigers. Brookline and Newton will be meeting for the second time today, the second time this season. Earlier in the season, the Brookline High School Warriors defeated Newton North, but today might feature a different game. What do you think about that?
Well, Eric, we talked to both coaches before the game, and both of them highlighted that this is going to be a much different game from last time. Both Coach Luke from Brookline and Coach Paul from Newton both said that Newton grew a lot since last game. It seemed that Brookline's athleticism inside really played a role last game, and today Coach Paul has a few tricks up his sleeve to stop that athleticism inside. So it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, so we have a few X factors on both sides. So can you talk a little bit more about the X factors?
Well, the number one, obviously, you gotta talk about him, is the guy who scored 36 and 40 points in the last two games. Number 12 for Newton is on a roll. I don't see how you can stop him right now. I mean, how do you stop a guy that scored 38, has averaged 38 points in his last two games? And you also have to look at Elijah from Brookline. He's the catalyst, the point guard, the floor general. I don't have any more cliches for him. He is just that good. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, and if he plays well, Brookline's going to go with him, play just as well. It's going to be a fun one, really.
So ultimately, the game might be decided by either Mobley or Rogers. So we'll be reporting from Sun's Gym in just a minute.
Hard today when he does get the ball, and he's going to take it for over the court, give me your point.
Back here at Sloan's Gym, where today's action will feature the Brookline High School Warriors against the Newton North Tigers, and we're almost ready to start the action.
Eric, I'm so excited for this game. Look at this crowd. Newton North has a few fans here too. I think we're gonna see a big showdown between Elijah and number 22, or excuse me, I keep messing it up. Number 12, Tommy Mobley, as we mentioned before, as he is called up to the action. I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, they're announcing the starting lineups right now. That's number 33.
That's Seamus Bruno.
Seamus Bruno. The coach for Newton North mentioned that Bruno actually might be an X factor for this game. If the Newton North Tigers are gonna win.
Well, Bruno's a big guy, 6'2". We talked about the athleticism and size. They need him to step up if they're gonna do anything.
Of course. And now we're gonna get ready for the Brookline starting lineup. We have Tyler Patterson starting at forward, sophomore. And that might be one of the X factors for Brookline, Obiora.
Would you look at the size of him, Eric? I mean, that guy's gonna do some damage down in the paint. You just know it.
Newton North is definitely afraid of him. He definitely had a great game against Newton North at Newton earlier in the season.
this afternoon, Eric?
Definitely with the hometown crowd, they're kind of restless already. I was outside the gym. I was hearing a little trash talking already, so it's obviously going to be a very intense game.
Eric, I just hope the cameras are able to catch the costume figure in front of the bleachers. I mean, I really hope they can catch it because I am out of words to describe that. That is unbelievably funny.
I'm not sure if that's a warrior or I'm not really sure what he's going there, what he's going for there. But
I might not want to say, but is it a religious figure? If you know what I mean. Whichever religion figure, you get your pick. You get your pick.
And we're ready for the tip. Obi will be facing off against Leland against.
If Leland can get ahead of
Curry Moy. And Obi wins the tip. And number 30, Shiraz Mumat gains possession. And he shoots. They're fighting for the ball. And is that Moy under the pile? Yes, that is. Number 10 brings it up court. Number 10, TJ McNicholas. With their half-court set. Moy drives left, dishes off, and with the reverse layup, number 33, Seamus Bruno.
We talked about him right before the game. He has to step up if Newton wants to avenge the last month's loss, Eric.
They run their half-court set. Number 1, Elijah, dishes off to Obi. Big man Obi. Shakes him. And number 12 with the shot. And number 10, TJ McNicholas. Oh, and Elijah Rogers with the steal at half court. He dishes off to number 12, Tommy Mobley.
There you go. The two big guys.
To Lake Berry.
There you go, Elijah. The big guy for them starts the offense early with the shot. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And number 12, Tommy Mobley. This might be a sign of things to come for Newton North.
If you thought this game was interesting before the game, you don't anymore. Okay, I am hooked, and we only have 2 minutes into the game.
Obi. And one! Count it!
Unbelievable, Eric. I mean, it's like the coach's coach. You know what I mean? They know exactly what was going to happen. Elijah and Obi coming up big in the beginning. Tommy Mobley coming up big in the beginning also. Seamus playing well so far. I mean,
Obi just a beast out there on the court.
Would you listen to this crowd? I love it. I love it.
And number 21, Corey Moore. He gets the rebound. Moore setting things up in the half court. Drives left. Goes for and he makes a layup over an outstretched Obi.
This is the first time I watch Moy play, and I can already see that he is not afraid of the challenge. He's not afraid to go to the hoop. I think it's great.
And number 12, Lake Berry with the second 3 of the game.
What's the over and under for Berry for 3-pointers today, Eric?
I mean, from what it's looking like, it might be 7 or 8. This is off to Moy, who shoots for the 3. Drano. What a shot. What a shot.
I think I've been to Boston Celtics game that they don't score this much that early.
So early off, we have Moy and we have Lake Berry on fire from behind the arc.
Kind of a silly foul by TJ McNichols there. I understand that you want to put pressure on Elijah, but he's not going to shoot from there. Silly foul. And see, that's exactly what coach just told him.
This is off to Lake Berry. Back to Berry. Drives right. Oh, and he gets blocked by Bruno.
You know, we really dropped the ball not talking about this kid Berry before the game. He's playing really well.
Yeah. He wasn't mentioned by either coach, but he might be the X factor. There's Obi in a lane for the easy 2 over TJ McNicholas. McNicholas is at a huge disadvantage against Obi. He clearly has a size advantage.
I mean, Obi is pretty much automatic points for Brookline in this game. If they keep going to him, he's going to be able to turn and shoot every time.
Moy on fire right now.
Moy with the early 8 points out of
Rogers
13.
brings it up court with the floater, and he misses it. Moy all over the place right now with the rebound. Dishes it off. Back to Moy. McNicholas with the three, and Rogers gets the rebound. And number 22, Jack Boucher, he knocks it out of bounds.
No, I don't want to put too much pressure on Tommy Mobley so far, but I don't think he's going to be able to reach his 36 points today.
I mean, if Moy is shooting like this, then he doesn't have to.
Good point, Eric. Good point.
Rogers handling the ball. Drives right to Obi, and way off. For the three, number 20, Tyler Patterson with great hustle out there.
This might be a big opportunity for Brookline to win the game. The offensive rebounds. They've gotten 2 just in this possession. 3.
Obi with the rebound. And he puts it back home. And great hustle by Rogers, and one! Count it!
How smart is Elijah? That's his second steal off bad passing by Newton North so far. I mean, he's just, you know, those players that know what is happening all the time in the court. That's Elijah for you right there.
Newton North is falling asleep, and Elijah Rogers took advantage. You see, he looks to finish the three-point play, and he does. What a game we have so far. We're only a few minutes in. Number 33. Mobley with the ball, he shoots.
Mobley's just not having.
And that was a bit overzealous there. And we have a loose ball. We have a loose ball foul against number 33, Seamus Bruno of Newton North.
Tommy Mobley's just not having the same, I'm not going to say luck, but he's just not having the same accuracy that he's having in the last 2 games.
That was also a pretty errant shot there. He wasn't really that open, kind of overzealous. He kind of forced the issue there.
Well, sometimes when
we have a timeout by Newton North.
Well, like, sometimes when you're that hot in the last 2 games, you're going to be confident. That's all shooting's about, confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the great basketball coaches all say a good shooter knows that he's going to make the next shot.
Of course.
So you can look for Tommy to keep taking those shots, even though he's missed his 3 or 4 first shots.
But also, if Moy has a hot hand, Mobley has to understand that, you know, that he might have to dish off this game.
That's very true. You got to feed the hot hand.
And the Brookline faithful is definitely on their feet right now. They're excited by this really fast start by both teams.
This might be a battle in their own, the battle between the faithful.
And a little bit of trash talking going on both sides.
That is a classic. We can hear you, just classic. I miss high school, Eric. Don't you miss high school?
It seems like so long ago.
Notice how Newton North makes an effort to get the ball out of Elijah's hands. Let's see how long it takes until the ball is back in his hands again.
And number 30, Mumaz, he looks for number 20. And with the easy finish, number 20, Tyler Patterson. Newton North is getting out-muscled right now in the paint.
That was the 5th Brookline bucket inside the paint.
Jack Boucher having a little trouble. Brookline playing.
I saw that foul. I saw that foul. You can't use your hands like that, Lake. You just can't.
And that foul shot you, Lake Berry. And Newton North will set up on the sideline.
Eric, Coach Luke told me before the game that we could look for specific man-to-man assignments on specific players. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, that looked like a clean block, but he was charged with the foul.
Well, while we wait for the free throws, Coach Luke did tell me that we could look for specific man-to-man assignments on specific players, and you could bet that Tommy Mobley was going to be one of these players.
Of course.
So far, we can see Lake Berry with the difficult task.
And Leon Bruno, he misses his first shot, his first free throw attempt. And he misses a second. And off the deflection.
Was that a between the legs pass?
I'm not sure what he was aiming for. I think he was trying to hit. And Rogers with the shot. Oh, way off, way off. Moy brings it up court. Gives it to Leon Bruno, number 3. To number 4, Brett Stanton. And he tries to drive. And number 12, Tommy Mobley.
There's what we've been looking for. Tommy Mobley taking it to the hoop. If the shell's not falling from outside, bring it in. That's simple.
He decided to switch things up. And there's number 12, Lake Berry with the shot. Unfortunately, he doesn't make that one.
It's fine. It's his first miss of the night. I'm pretty sure next time he has an open look, he's going to take it again.
Number 21, Moy drives, and it's the foul on Elijah Rogers, number 1 for Brookline.
Moy with the simple fake to the left drew a foul on Elijah. That is a very simple play, a play that gets overlooked, but it's a very, very good play.
He's being extremely aggressive right now. This is off to Moy. Shoots for the 3 again. Oh, just in and out of the basket. And there is a silly foul drawn by Elijah Rogers.
This game has really been dictating so far by 2 things: good shooting, or at least in the first 6 minutes. It seems that both teams cooled off a little bit now, and silly fouls.
Yeah.
It is amazing how both teams have been able to commit silly, avoidable fouls.
Yeah, and also fast-paced play.
That is very
Things
true.
are going back and forth pretty quickly. Dish is off to Bruno. And essentially almost uncontested by number 30, Shiraz Mumaz.
Leon Bruno's another big guy, 6'3". He could be, I think, somebody that we overlooked in the beginning of the game and could end up being an X factor for this team.
There is Obi getting that special treatment. He's getting doubled on defense right now.
I mean, you have to. How are you not gonna double team Obi? You're gonna let him score 30 on you?
He has about a 3 or 4 inch height advantage, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Rogers looks to set things up, and he shoots, and he hits it from way out.
Elijah has a certain swagger about him that I am digging it. I love it. I hope he keeps it up all game. And I wonder how many points.
And there's Moy again, and it doesn't hit. And Obi with the rebound. Rogers brings it up court quickly, drives right, and what a finish! What a finish by Rogers. Rogers playing aggressive right now. He's playing extremely aggressive.
If you're Coach Paul Connolly, how do you stop Elijah?
Moy surveys what he has. Number 12, McNicholas drives right on, and he scores on the layup over Lake Berry. Both Lake Berry and Mumaz have been burning the paint. There's Rogers. Oh, and he misses at the buzzer.
Here's the stat of the game so far for you, Eric. Tommy Mobley only has 4 points. Brookline has been able to stop him, both through good defense. And again, I never want to say luck, but it is fortunate for them that he has been missing some shots that he normally wouldn't miss.
Mm-hmm. And Lake Berry, he had 2 early threes that kind of set the momentum for the game. Rogers has been on fire in the past few minutes. His defense is like igniting the team.
That backcourt of Berry and Elijah is so impressive, so fast, so elusive, and really so talented that you even forget that, get this, Brookline's front court is pretty good too.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, can we talk about Obi's game for a while? I mean, the guy has 6 or 8 points already. He's been punishing Newton North on the paint. They have no answer for him. The ball in his hands is
He's dominating the boards too.
the ball in his hands are almost automatic points.
Newton North has no response for him on the boards. He's getting like anything that's relatively close to him. He's gonna get the rebound.
And even with all this that we just said, Eric, it's only 22-19.
It's only a 3-point game.
Are you excited for the next 3 quarters?
I'm real excited. If there's gonna be more fireworks like this, then I'm definitely excited. And Newton North looks to set things up for the second quarter. This is off to McNicholas. And number 3, Liam Bruno. He gets a second chance.
Bruno
And he
cleaning
lays
up.
it home.
Bruno cleaning up Tommy's mess right there.
Moss passes to Rogers. Looks like he got fouled, but Rogers chucks up the shot.
Oh, fast break.
And we have a fast break here. And who is that? Is that number 11, CJ Falcon, cleaning things up.
CJ on the right place at the right time.
Exactly. He cleans up the Tommy Mobley miss, and he finishes.
I thought Mobley got fouled, didn't you?
Yeah. It looked like a pretty hard contact in the paint.
Wait. So you're telling me that when Obi's is sitting on bench, Leland Alexander, number 21 for Brookline, can score in the paint just as easily?
This might be a problem. There's Moy again, and he's definitely cooled off since his hot start. Rogers looking to drive. Dishes off to number 15, AJ Levine. Number 20, and he drains it. Number 20, Tyler Patterson with the mid-range jump shot.
You know, Eric, I was about you go.
Number 21, Moy. Dishes off to Bacon. And kind of an errant pass. And number 21, Leland Alexander, he gets the rebound. And Rogers looks to drive again. And he just misses his shot attempt.
That's a foul on Tommy.
We're kind of having a little messy game at this point. Kind of just sloppy passes, unnecessary fouls.
Well, you're gonna get that in a high school game so fast-paced as this.
Of course.
You know, Eric, I was about to say before the action got underway in the second quarter. Notice that Obi's not on the floor right now. Barry also is not on the floor right now. So I was kind of looking for Newton North to take the advantage here a little bit because the big stars are on the bench, obviously. Even though Elijah's still taking shots.
Yeah. With that being said, though, they're still at a big height and size advantage. So.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I took their words right out of my mouth. I mean, what a privilege for Coach Luke Day to be able to count with guys like Leland Alexander on the bench.
Number 22, he drives right, and he is fouled in the lane. Then we have a shooting foul against, who was that against?
That was against Leland Alexander,
Yep.
the man of the hour.
That is against Leland Alexander. And number 22, Jack Boucher, he drains his first free throw attempt.
Coach Paul was actually talking about Jack Boucher before the game too. He said, I know I have Moy, I know that I have Tommy Mobley, but look for Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is a good player too. Something that I love Paul said before the game was, you can't rely too much on our 2 players. They're gonna have to stop everybody on this team.
And Newton and he dishes off to number 21, and he gets blocked by number 3, Liam Bruno. Liam Bruno is definitely stepping up right now.
What a huge game by Bruno. That block was one of the cleanest blocks I've ever seen.
And that was a pretty clean block on the much taller number 21, Leland Alexander. Miles Morris, who just checked in, passes it to Rogers. Drives left, and it's a charge taken by number 2, Napoleon Miller. And obviously the crowd isn't too happy with that call, but that was a blatant a blatant charge.
A little miscommunication with Brookline right now. Number 13, one of the.
And number 3, he drives, and is that Leland Alexander who just he got a fingertip on that ball.
All subs for the Warriors now. Oh no, excuse me. Here's Barry. I didn't notice Barry.
And an errant pass by Barry, but Miles Morris saves it. Dishes off to number 21, number 21, Leland Alexander. But number 13, Scott Cordner, one of the captains on the team, finishes strong.
I said it once and I'll say it again, Eric. Offensive rebounds are going to be a huge key for Brookline if they want to win this game.
Brookline definitely has the advantage in terms of second chance points. And number 2 drives to the left against Miles Morris. Number 2, Napoleon Miller.
Napoleon Miller, only a sophomore, only 6'1". Good to see him drive to the basket so hard like that.
And behind the arc, but he misses it. And then another rebound. Oh, what is that we have here? We have a timeout by Newton North after number 10, TJ McNicholas.
Hustle plays from both teams.
He gets the rebound off the loose ball.
Both teams hustling really hard right now. Scott Corner first from Brookline managed to get the hand on the ball and knock it away. And then who was it that got the rebound for
Brookline?
No, for Newton North.
Oh, that was number 10, TJ McNicholas.
Yeah. Then TJ McNicholas also diving on the ball, sacrificing his body. That's the way this game is supposed to be played, Eric.
So what are some themes that you've been witnessing over the past 4 minutes in the second quarter?
Well, you can notice at first that high scoring game that we saw in the beginning of the first quarter especially, has ceased to exist. I mean, they were shooting lights out in the beginning. Elijah made both teams, exactly. Yeah. Elijah made some unbelievable shots. Moy made unbelievable shots. Barry made even more unbelievable shots. And I mean, with 4 minutes and a half left in the second quarter, they've only scored 8 points each.
Yeah, exactly. Although the pace has the game is still pretty fast-paced right now. It's starting to get sloppy.
I was gonna say the pace hasn't changed at all. I mean, these are 18-year-old kids running on the floor. They don't get tired. Period. The shots just aren't falling anymore.
And Newton North sets up.
But Eric, if I may say one more thing, it's only natural. I mean,
of course,
it's a game of hit or miss. Sometimes you're gonna hit, sometimes you're gonna miss.
And number 12, there's Mobley, and shots are not falling for him right now.
Oh, there's Obi. Obi came back. What are the chances the ball goes to Obi in this play?
We'll see. Obi's
Bruno's doing a really good job denying him the ball.
Definitely. Bruno has been playing really well. And there is Miller with the fast break. And there is great defense by number 12, Lake Berry. He did not let him finish that.
Good foul, hard foul. I know it sounds like knocks him out, but clean foul.
Yeah,
you don't have to wrap him up. You don't have to do the flagrant. Just put your hand on the ball. Don't let him go up like that. And especially don't let him get the end one.
Of course.
I might be mistaken though, but I do think that's Barry's second foul of the game.
Miller shoots from the charity stretch, but he misses.
I think I'm right. Barry just came out of the game. It might be so the high shooting guard doesn't pick up any more fouls in these last 4 minutes.
Oh, number 30, Shiraz Mumatz checks in for him, and Miller misses both from the line. Corner looks to set things up. And number 15, A.J. Levine. Tosses a little floater.
If Phoebe doesn't get the ball, the other forward will score. What a privilege for Coach Luke.
And there's a foul on captain Scott Cordner.
Newton North has been done a wonderful job of getting to the line, And this is great for them because they slowed down Brookline's pace. They play the game the way they want to play, but they need to make the free throws as he misses that first one.
Number 13, Scott Cordner with the rebound. He dishes to Momats for the 3, and he misses. Number 2, Miller, the sophomore, with great hustle out there. He gets the rebound. Number 3, Liam Bruno. Miller looking to set things up. Calls for the isolation. And great defense by Obi there. And we have a charge taken by the captain, Scott Cordner, number 13.
Great play by Scott so far. He's been calling his team's attention. You know, I highlighted when there was a little bit of miscommunication when they wanted the high pressure. He's been taking charges. He's been getting to the hoop. And overall, most important, he's been playing great defense.
He's been playing like a captain. Mumad looks to bring it up court. Nguyen bring a little pressure in the backcourt. To Miles Morris. Corner dishes off to Levine. Obi looking to post things up. And there is Shiraz Mumas, number 30, one of the captains as well, with the mid-range jump shot.
Here's Moy again.
New North is definitely going to need either Moy or Mobley to flame on in order to. And there
you mean
is
like that?
Mobley.
Do you mean like that?
Brooklyn's looking to set things up. Scott Corner drives right. Not much there. Dishes off to Morris. Morris drives right, and he finishes.
What a play. You know, looking at Morris, you're going to assume that he doesn't take it to the hoop because let's face it, he is one of the skinnier guys out there.
Of course.
But no problem. I think the power comes from the throw. What do you think?
And there's Mobley. Miles Morris with the good hustle gets the rebound.
Mobley has failed to hit any three-pointers thus far.
Obi. And there he is. I feel like we should call him Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's absolutely dominating right now.
Dominating, but I think that's too easy. That's too easy to call him Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, what a play!
And there's Scott Corner with the hustle. We have a jump ball, the possession arrow.
That's Brookline's
possession arrow is going to Brookline.
Scott is dictating the play with just his hustle and his energy as he goes to the bench.
And Scott Corner you won't really amaze you with a lot of athleticism, but his hustle is what's really important.
That's why he's a captain. You know, I fell in love with this kid's game. Eric, if I may point something out, Obi has been guarded by two guys mainly so far, Liam Bruno and Brad Stanton. When Stanton is guarding him, Obi has been able to get to the hoop easily. When Bruno guards him, no way. 0 points when Bruno is guarding him.
Lamont's looking to set things up. This is off to Levine, and a sloppy pass. There's number 22. There's number 22, Jack Boucher.
That's Coach Connolly's man right there.
Playing aggressive defense, also a sloppy pass by number 15, Levine.
Brookline has had that one fault so far. I think they have 3 or 4 turnovers over sloppy passes.
Pretty lazy passes too.
You know, you're in your offensive set, and you're supposed to pass. You know, that is your one option to pass the ball to the left. You gotta make that a hard pass. You can't just go through the motions as in you're in practice. This is a game, son.
And Boucher hits both free throws.
What does a lazy pass lead to? 2 free buckets at the other hand.
There's Levine looking to set things up. Passes to Obi, and there's a double team, as expected.
Another lazy pass.
And the break was on for a second, but now he has an open Moy, but Moy has really cooled off since the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
Everybody has cooled off.
And that was a pretty open look as well. He has to be disappointed with that effort. Looking for Obi for the mid-range, but it's just a bit short. Number 23, Sam Jefferson for Newton North with the rebound.
If you want to stop Obi, that's what you have to do. You have to get him off of the paint. You got to make him settle for those mid-range shots.
And it looks like Newton North is going to settle for the last shot of the half with 15 seconds left. Jack Boucher setting up the isolation. Number 23, Sam Jeff. And that is Sam Jefferson for Newton North.
How interesting is it that the last play of the half didn't have either Mobley or Moy with the ball? It had Jack Boucher and Sam Jefferson. It speaks a lot about this team's identity, how they don't have to rely on a guy that scored 36 points and 40 points in the last two games.
And head coach Paul Connolly mentioned it before. This is going to be a team effort if they're going to beat Brookline High School.
Absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. Well, finally, both crowds decide to give it a rest a little bit.
Things have been a little bit hectic.
I love it. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Of course. And we will be back for the second half. Check. And we're back here at Schloon's Gym, where today's action of the Brookline High School Warriors against the Newton North Tigers is going to resume. And we've had an action-packed first half. What do you think about that, Lucas?
I thought the first half was really fast-paced. I am looking forward to see whether they'll have the legs to keep it up in the second half. I think they will, because they are, well, as I said before, 18, 17, 6-year-old boys. But if I may comment, that halftime entertainment, if I can put it that way, was impressive. Both crowds going at it in a dance-off. What did you think of it, Eric? Who won?
It looked like the Brookline High School Warriors, like their crowd, definitely won it. We had a little Dougieing going on, a little you got served. So definitely interesting to see.
I feel some of our viewers are going to think you're a homer, but I am with you.
Who do you have as being one of the X factors for the second half?
Well, here's what I can say. We were kind of talking down Tommy Mobley a little bit, but very quietly, he had 9 points. And here's what I know about great players. You can't shut them down forever.
Of course.
I am looking forward for Tommy Mobley to take over this game in the second half.
I'm looking for Leanne Bruno. I want to see if he can shut down Obi. He's been really aggressive on the boards.
Well, on Brookline's side, you can look. I'm going to be annoying again and say that Elijah is going to keep being the X factor. But let's look for Barry a little bit. Barry and the captain Scott.
Of course. And Newton North set things up. And boy, they want the ball in his hands. And number 12, Mobley, he drives, and there he is.
There he is. Unbelievable.
There he is. And we have a 2-point game now, 38-36. Rogers looking to set things up on the isolation. And the ball's deflected. And he dishes it off.
A rare mistake by Elijah. Very well taken by
Jack Boucher. He drives right, and then he dished it off to Moy.
Very well taken by the Tigers. Here's 2 more easy points. You want an X factor for the second half? It's not a person, it's free throws. I am sure that the Tigers are going to try to take it to the hoop as much as possible. Try to draw fouls, try to stop the clock,
of course,
and get the easy
and
buckets.
Also try to get OB in possible foul trouble as well, because they want him out the game.
Very good point. Very good point. In fact, if they can get everybody in foul trouble, great.
And Moy, he misses the second free throw, and there's number 33, Seamus Bruno with the rebound. As Newton North looks to set things up once again.
Seamus is having a very good game.
Both Brunos are having a good game.
Yep.
Moy, he dishes it off to Mobley. Mobley pump fakes, and then he dishes off to Moy for the 3, and he drains it.
It's a Tiger lead. It's the first Tiger lead of the game. Or excuse me, from at least the beginning of the first quarter.
And they have a 1-point lead at 39-38. There might be the two X factors, Moy and Mobley working together. Mobley with the assist and Moy finishing.
Bruno just fouled Obi. He was upset at the foul. But if I was Bruno, I wouldn't be so much. There was a good hard foul. At least Obi didn't get the end one like he did in the beginning of the game. You're going to be upset at the foul because, you just hate fouling. But you would much rather have Obi taking free throws than just making it easy.
And now he's going to have to earn it, and he misses the first one.
Yep, and from what I've seen so far from Obi, he's not the best free throw shooter in this planet. So, a little Hecka Obi maybe?
And Obi drains the second free throw.
It's a tight game.
Number 31.
That's Shima's Bruno's, number 33.
Oh, number 33, Bruno looking to set things up. This is off to Moy. Moy with the triple threat. With the skin-tight defense right now. And there's Mobley. There he is with the fadeaway jumper.
You can't stop a shooter. You can't stop a scorer forever.
And Mobley now has 13 points. And there's Obi in the paint. And he gets his own rebound, and he's fouled.
A rare miss from Obi. Good hustle to get the offensive rebound right after. Will he shoot free throws again? No, I think it was an off the shot foul. But still, great job standing the play.
Great hustle. Although Obi would argue that he probably should have made that first open shot.
Oh, absolutely.
Rogers. He's driving left with the floater, and there's Obi. Second chance points.
Liam Bruno lets him get position. If Obi's going to have the position he wants, he's going to get the shots he wants, and trust me, he's going to get buckets.
There's the other Bruno right there, Liam Bruno. And there's Moy. He drives left, but he missed the free throw. And Obi with a huge block.
No foul. That was clean. Tommy's angry, but nothing.
And there's Barry, but he misses the three-point attempt. There's Lamas looking to set things up.
Ooh, what a cut.
Great cut by Rogers, but he just couldn't get to that pass. And there's Rogers for the three. And we have a foul. A very tough foul on Sam Jefferson. And Elijah Rogers, number 1, will be shooting 3 from the free-point line. From the free throw line.
The crowd's not happy with it, but it was absolutely a foul. He went up, and Sam just pushed him off the ball. Oh, but they're going to call it before.
So that wasn't a shooting foul.
I thought it was on shooting motion. I guess the refs could see it better than me. That's why they have the whistle and I don't.
So it was probably, I would assume that it was before the foul. There's Rogers looking to set things up with a little crossover. Fumbles the ball a little bit. Rogers drives left. This is to Obi. And there it is. A little give and go.
That is the best.
Fundamentals.
That is the best play of basketball, the pick and roll.
There's Mobley from behind the arc, but he misses. And there's number 20, Tyler Patterson with the rebound.
It would have been great if Mobley made that shot because it would have been
from behind the arc. Oh, just in and out. Great hustle by Tyler Patterson coming out of nowhere.
Just dashed like a bullet to that rebound.
Down the lane.
And now they have a 4-point lead again.
And there's Liam Bruno with the hard drive. And Brookline with the foul. It's on number 2, Obi. Obiora.
As we said before, if they can get Obi in foul trouble, it might be the game factor of this match.
And draining those free throws, obviously.
Obviously. Who was it that once said that you have to make free throws because they're free points? Was it everybody? Yeah, I think it was everybody.
And Bruno, he misses his second free throw attempt, and Mumaz with the rebound. With Rogers looking to set things up. There's Barry from behind the arc. And he misses. And there's Obi again with the second chance. Second chance points.
You know, the numbers are going to go to Obi, but Tyler Patterson was the first one to get his hand in there. Good job, young fella.
Then Bruno drives. Dishes off to Moy. And again, Obi with the foul.
That's 2 fouls in 1 minute for Obi. He has to have 3 or at least 3 fouls by now. And I think that's why Scott is getting ready to come into the game.
Although Scott Corner, he like obviously has a lot of hustle and is very aggressive. He can't really match like missing Obi's height and size in the lane.
But look, Obi's going to stay in the game.
Okay, Obi's going to stay in the game, and he's actually going in. He's actually checking in for Tyler Patterson there.
Sometimes you just have to go. You have to stay with your big men, or your key stars, even if they do have more fouls that they should have. The remedy is pretty simple. Don't foul.
Don't foul. But that also means he might have to be a little less aggressive in the paint.
Well, at least on the defensive end, I'm sure that he's going to be just as aggressive on the offensive end.
Moy playing skin-tight defense. Scott Corner and the Brookline High School Warriors call a timeout as Scott Corner was trapped by the double team.
That was a good timeout, but I think Scott could have passed the ball to Elijah on the right wing. He probably could see it better than me.
Yeah.
He does have the ball in his hands.
But he placed himself in a little corner, got trapped. After that, it was too easy for Newton North.
Did you see Elijah, though? Elijah was furious that he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
Elijah. I love Elijah's game. I love players that demand to have the ball in their hands, because you need that in basketball. You need a guy that is going to dictate your tempo. You need a guy that is going to look in everybody's eyes in the huddle and say, "Give me the ball," and that will make something happen.
And he's obviously deserved it. Well, especially with scoring 10 points for the first half. Yeah.
Well, he has been scoreless so far, though.
Yeah. He has been shut down. I think he's had 2 or 3 shots so far this half, and he hasn't drained any of them.
Bricked them all.
So it's safe to say that no one's scoring either 36 or 40 this game.
I am pretty sure it is very safe to say. If they do, I would like to thank them, because I will see something pretty historic here in Schlunt's gym. Because they will have to score 20 points in 10 minutes, and that'll be pretty awesome.
So right now we have a 47-44 game with Brookline having a 3-point lead with 3:13 left in the third quarter.
Eric, going back to the number of points scored, you have to take your hat off to Mobley, because he scored 36 points last game, 36 points 2 games ago, 40 last game, and he has 13 now, and we're saying that he has a bad game. If I had a 13-point game ever, I would have been so happy.
Yeah, but obviously the magic has to run out eventually. And there's Rogers dishing off to Mumaz, and he is blocked by Brett Stanton of Newton North.
Denied.
And there's a little confusion as to whose possession, and it looks like it will stay with Brookline.
Look at Tommy just taking charge, yelling, not yelling in the sense of he's yelling at them, but telling his team, making sure that everybody knows their assignments. That's what a leader does.
Of course.
Just being aware of what is happening 100% of the time.
And Raj,
Yep.
that was not pretty.
Yep,
Safe to
you're-
say,
you're-
but with the shot clock running out,
That
he didn't have an
I
option.
will
So
make the crowds chant my own words. That's just awkward.
yeah.
What a dish.
And Rogers gets the rebound, and he looks to. And the refs are calling a carry on that.
Good eye by the refs. I did not notice that.
And it seems that momentum is starting to shift a little bit. Brookline still has a lead, but things are starting to change. Leanne Bruno with the dish. And there he is, Sam Jefferson.
What a huge shot. I mean, ties the game. You were just talking about momentum. You can bet all of the momentum is in Newton's favor right now. I mean, can you hear Brookline's crowd right now?
And that's off of Obi. Sam Jefferson, he hit the three right at the end of the first half. It seems like that gave him a little inspiration.
Well, that too, but also they have been getting great defensive stops in the last 2 or 3 possessions down that end. So, you know, defensive stops do change momentum.
There's Moy with the sloppy pass to Jefferson.
2.
And there's Jefferson again. But he misses there. Rogers looks to set things up.
Barry shaking up on the play.
Barry was he was looking to draw the charge on that.
You know,
Unfortunately, he didn't get the call from the refs.
I did think he got an elbow to the nose. I'm going to be fairly honest about that. I did think he got an elbow to the nose.
And if there's blood, it's pretty safe to say he did.
Yeah. Well, but an elbow to the nose, as horrible as that sounded, an elbow to the nose is not always a foul. Basketball is a physical game. There's a big difference between his elbow going to the guy's nose and the guy
putting his face close to his elbow.
Yeah,
so.
throwing the elbow. You know.
And there it seemed that he put his face in a position to essentially get hit.
Yep, that's what I felt too.
Rogers drives, dishes off to Mumat. He drives, and there's Mumat with the reverse layup.
We haven't talked about him much. He's having a good game, Mumat. And one of the captains again.
He started off a little cold, but he has been heating up in the second quarter and now in the third quarter.
He got benched for most of the first quarter. I think he got the message.
And there's a sloppy pass. And Rogers. And there's Bruno once again. Moy. And absolutely great defense by Miles Morris.
For the first time, I left my seat today. That was great. That alone can change the whole momentum of this game.
Moy with the obvious height advantage over Morris. That obviously didn't scare him.
I cannot believe Leon Bruno just came out of the game after that great play. And Coach Connolly is obviously not very happy with him. I don't know what he did wrong.
And one.
What a back and forth game. Just
as soon as you think that one side has momentum, the other side just takes it away.
Sinking this free throw is so huge. Not because we'll give them the lead, because we'll keep the momentum at their side.
Of course. And as you can notice, OB is not on the floor, so that might have played a role in Moy deciding to
take it to the hoop.
Yeah, to take it to the hoop and finish. And Moy, he does not complete the three-point play.
Moy has been struggling from the free throw line today.
Number 15, AJ Levine with the rebound. There's Morris. He drives, dishes off to number 21.
That was
Leland
so
Alexander couldn't finish.
That was so unfortunate because Millis Morris did everything right. The cut was perfect. The dish was perfect. Alexander, you got to finish that.
What a pretty dime by, or should have been dime by Morris.
That was.
And there's Rogers with the hustle.
That was a bad decision by Rear Milioni. He has to take that shot.
And the foul, obviously before the shot, called on Newton North.
3.5 seconds left in the third quarter. 49-49 game. Is it going to come down to the fourth quarter?
I hope so. I hope so.
I think so.
And Rogers with the ball. He looks, he pumps, and he barely grazes the rim to end the third quarter. And at the end of 3, we have a 49-49 game. Brookline versus Newton North.
Elijah has the keys to this offense, and he wasn't able to get the car started after the second half. He came into the third quarter with 10 points, and he got 0 in it. On the other hand, Tommy, who we said was struggling, and yet had 9 points in the first quarter, got 4 more in the third quarter to have 13 now. Notice how one little change, one player drops in performance, and another player steps it up, and it's a whole different ball.
And Tommy Mobley definitely, he was a catalyst. He helped shifted momentum. And now, although momentum is kind of even keel right now with the momentum, we'll see who decides to take it.
You hit the nail on the head. It will come down to whoever has the momentum for longer in this fourth quarter. I mean, Eric, it's an 8-minute basketball game now. That's all it is. I am very excited. I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited to see who is going to be the player of the quarter, because whoever is the player of this quarter is going to be the player of the game.
Yep.
Is it fair to say that Obi, Barry, Elijah, Tommy, Moy, who else? Bruno are all probably going to play big minutes in this fourth quarter?
I mean, definitely Obi, because as you can see, Newton North has definitely made a conscientious effort to drive down the lane harder now that Obi is not in the game, and Obi is still out of the game. So definitely look out for that.
Well, I'm sure that in the first opportunity they'll put Obi.
And Rogers looking to set things up to start the fourth quarter. And he drives to the left with the floater, but he misses. And Moy is driving. Passes it to the sophomore Miller. There's Mobley with the dish. And the foul is called on Umas in the paint. And number 23, Sam Jefferson, drew the foul. And there's Mobley for the 3.
That's 16 points for him now. Can he score 20 to get to 36?
I'm going to say no, but there's Rogers. Edge tries to respond. Kind of overzealous on that shot. Force the issue a bit.
Well, great hustle by Barry to get in the mix. Thanks to him, it's still Brookline ball.
Rogers might want to make a smarter decision on that. He kind of rushed that pass. He didn't set up really any offense.
A good leader knows when to take over and also knows when to step down.
Yeah.
He has known
and
how
there's
to take
Moy
over.
with the steal. And great help defense by Rogers to prevent a fast break. But there's Bruno with the second chance. And the foul is called on number 21, Leland Alexander.
Good job, Bruno. I know Seamus Bruno is playing really well right now, but I would love to see his brother Liam Bruno come in.
And these free throws are going to be crucial for the end of the game, for the rest of the game. And Bruno misses the first. You do not want to give away free points at the line.
And look who's back. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi checks in, along with Tyler Patterson.
It's not just Obi. It's Tyler Patterson. Tyler Patterson is a really good forward. He's just he is a little bit shadowed by Obi's play, but he's a really good player.
Because of his height and size. But Tyler Patterson and Morris, they're checked out of the game. And number 33, Seamus Bruno, he drains the second free throw attempt. And that's number 22, Lake Berry. He's also back in the game. Rogers drives right. And he just couldn't get the shot over the tall defender.
Roger has been so cold this half.
And there was Mobley, but it just goes in and out. Lake Berry looking to set things up. AJ Levine passes to Patterson. Patterson posting up with the fade. And there it is.
I called it. You can't forget about Patterson.
And there's Rogers again with the great full court defense. And he draws the foul.
That is the third time he's done that today. First since the first quarter.
They need Elijah Rogers to stay aggressive on defense as well. He's been a little too over-aggressive on offense, but on defense, he's definitely been on the ball the whole time, the whole game.
This might be a blessing for Brookline, not just because of the easy free points, but also because sometimes for a shooter, all you need to do is to see the ball to actually go through the hoop.
To give a little confidence, yeah.
Yep. If Elijah makes one of these, it might be just what the doctor ordered for him to come back to his high-scoring ways from the first
quarter. And also,
quarter.
these free throws will help slow things down because they've been playing little overzealous, making hurried shots. So it's a good way to slow things down.
A little too excited, I would say.
Of course, yeah. And Rogers from the free throw, smooth as butter.
There we go. The net shook. The ball went through it. I think he's going to be a lot calmer in these last 6 minutes.
Smooth as butter on that first free throw attempt. Rogers for a second. And in and out. And there is a loose ball foul, number 20, Tyler Patterson. (53-52), Newton North with the 1-point lead. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the game.
And Brookline with the high court pressure.
Brookline playing a full court, but they ease off into the half court.
Notice how everybody on Newton can dribble the ball. Everybody can play down in the post. I love this. It's modern basketball.
Versatile. They want versatile players. And a sloppy pass by Moy. And great hustle by Lake Berry. And the officials call for a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to Brookline.
You know, for a second, I thought that was going to be called backcourt violation.
Half-court violation.
Yeah.
Rogers, he's driving right again, staying aggressive. And with the up and under, but he can't make it. Number 21, Moy for Newton North.
His shot just won't fall down.
Moy and Mobley are going to be huge if they're open for the three. Definitely. And we have an offensive. Was that a moving pick by number 33, yes. Siemens Bruno?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. We were talking about the little things that change momentum. There's another one. Hey, look at that. Brookline has the momentum again. I can actually hear the crowd again.
That was a very very kind of unnecessary play by Bruno. Kind of doing a little too much there.
Well, those things, honestly, moving picks happen. Sometimes you're just trying so hard to do your job and get your teammate free
Of course.
that you forget you can't move your feet.
And now checking in is Liam Bruno. Both of us actually appreciated his hustle the first half, and we'll see if he can provide that spark plug once again.
Came in for his brother. The game just slowed down so much now. It will be more about actual basketball than simple athleticism.
And there's Barry for the three. And there's Rogers. He gets the deflection. Again, trying to do it possibly a little bit too much there.
Exactly. Too much, Rogers. Too much. Just do a little less. Great ball movement.
There's Mobley at the top of the key, looking to set things up once again. There's Moy. Dishes off in the post. Is that Bruno? That's Bruno. Liam Bruno.
Coach Paul Conley going insane with Bruno. That was such a good play. And honestly, I thought that Obi should have come earlier in the help defense over there.
There's Barry. Dishes off to Rogers for the three. Again, Rogers is just having a very tough second half.
I applaud him for having the courage to keep trying the shot, even though he's been cold all second half. But it might be time to just dish the ball off to Obi. Have you noticed that they don't give the ball to Obi down low anymore?
They haven't went down on the post pretty much at all during the second half. And there's a foul.
You know, Newton moves the ball really well, and they get open looks. But I feel that sometimes they are too hesitant to take the shot. If the shot is yours, if you have an open look, just take it.
I'm guessing they kind of give the green light to Mobley and Moy.
That is exactly what it is. But you know, Coach Paul was talking about it earlier. They have good shooters. They have good players. The team is not just about these two wonderful players.
And Jack Boucher, he hits the first in the one-on-one.
I mean,
and the second one.
I mean, here we go. Just talk about Jack Boucher and Bruno. Jack Boucher has 6 points now. He's 6 for 6 from free throws. Why can't he take a shot?
Free throws. Can't miss those. Barry. Dishes around to Rogers. Rogers again with the shot.
Rogers just won't quit. I don't understand why Coach Luke doesn't pull. I don't mean pull Rogers out of the game. I wouldn't pull him out of the game either, but at least pull him aside and say, give the ball to Obi.
There's Mobley from three. Off the back of the iron.
Moy got hit on that
number
play.
20 Tort. There was Jack Boucher on the drive. Missed on the layup, but there was a loose ball foul.
Moy's still shaking up. He got hit on that earlier pass. And I think he got hit on a place you don't really want to get hit, Eric.
I mean, I can't really tell, but it might seem like it, yes. Seems a little hobbled right now.
A little bit. He'll shake it off.
And we have a one-on-one for Obi at the line.
Obi's not a great free throw shooter.
He has to sink these. And he misses the first one. And there's Moy with the rebound.
What Newton wants to do right now is slowly take the ball up court. You know, use as much of the shot clock as possible. Pass around.
Set up their offense.
They're good at passing the ball around, and they want to eat the clock. They have a 5-point advantage with 2 minutes and a half left. This game.
57-52. Brookline down 5 points to Newton North. And there's Bruno with the spin move. But he can't finish.
That was a huge offensive rebound. I mean.
And there's Jack Boucher.
That will eat 30 more seconds off the clock. This game is close to being in the books. Oh my God, I steal. Nope.
There's Mobley. with the dagger. With the dagger, the three-pointer in the corner.
Remember when we were saying that Mobley was kind of off in the first quarter? And then remember,
Who said that? Was that us?
I think it was. I will take all of the blame. But I will also like to remind you that I said don't sleep on a scorer. Don't sleep on a shooter. Biggest bucket of the game. I was going to say the half, but the entire game. With 2 minutes left and an 8-point lead. Unless Brookline can pull some really fast magic here. I mean, this game might be in the book.
8-point game with less than 2 minutes with a 30-second shot clock. It's not looking good for Brookline right now.
But let's use
and we have Rogers who's a little bit injured on the court, a little bit shaken up.
Well, let's use the same logic though. If Rogers can come up, and even if he doesn't, there's still a little guy named Barry who was really hot in the first quarter. You don't want to sleep on him. They could go down low on the post with Obi, and up and then one would bring this game right back to a 2-possession game.
And Rogers, he struggles to get up. Looks like he might have sprained an ankle. He walks off gingerly.
Gingerly, I like that. Gingerly.
And Newton North and the Newton North faithful have definitely gotten a second win after that huge three-point shot by Mobley.
I think we can forgive him for not hitting the 30-point mark today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Coach Connolly is not really upset right now. They have an 8-point lead. And there's Barry for the three. And he drains it!
Right back at it. It's a 2-possession game. 1 minute and 40 to go.
Sounds like you called it, Lucas.
This is going to be great.
Look for Barry. But Brookline should also not settle for the three-point shot necessarily.
Uh-oh.
It's still not over.
From now on, every time Tommy gets the ball in the three-point arc, I'm going to say, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Who is that, Moy? Right back at you.
Just, what is that? Oh my God.
There's number 20, Tyler Patterson. Not exactly sure what happened there. We had a little scoreboard difficulty. There's 15. Nope. And there's Obi. Dishes it off to Cordner. And Cordner saves it to Patterson.
Only 10 seconds on the shot clock.
They need to get a shot off right now.
And it's Barry. Ooh.
And Cordner looks for the second chance. 2 second chances, but he can't finish. And it appears the game is out of reach at this point.
Good job by A.J. Levine. He was the only one that realized they needed to foul.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was A.J. Levine on with the second chance opportunities. And a really tough second half for the Brookline.
Moy could sink the game with his free throws right now, but he has been struggling.
Oh, with the 1-and-1. He can't hit it. There's Mumas driving up court, looking for something. There's Levine. Was he fouled? Was that a three-point shot?
That is the worst thing that could have happened. You're gonna give him 3 easy shots from the free throw line? Come on, Bruno. I praised you all game, man. Come on.
Stops the clock.
Absolutely worst thing that could have happened.
Levine has to hit these if there's any chance, and that might be all she wrote.
You had to say it. You had to say it, didn't you? Honestly, no. I almost said something really dumb. I was gonna say it was a 2-possession game, but it's a 3-possession game. That might be all she wrote. Well, if he hits both, it is going to be a 2-possession game. With 30 seconds left, 29.6, it's not that unbelievable. It could happen.
It's looking mighty grim right now, to be honest, right? And there's a little bit more trash talking going on between the Newton North and the Brookline High School faithful.
I'm sorry. I find it funny.
You have to love the high school
rivalry.
high school sports trash talk.
Yeah.
Even if it's not for Brookline. We have a 63-55 game with 29.6 seconds left.
I'm sorry, Eric. I dozed off. I was paying attention to the crowds. That was way too entertaining. I'm sorry. Well, AJ Levine has the ball in his hands right now to make this a two-possession game and give at least a little bit of breath back to.
Yeah, if there's any chance, he has to at least hit both of them. If not, then this game is as good as done.
Elijah's back in the game too. See, I disagree with Coach Luke Day's decision to take out Obi out of the game right now. Fine, he did have a few bad possessions in the fourth quarter, but the guy is huge.
And you need him for offensive rebounds.
Yep, if in the eventuality that AJ misses the third free throw, Obi's rebound could really shift this game. That is a tough one, though. That is tough.
Unfortunately, got to hit those, and Levine, he misses first too. Let's see if he can salvage this last free throw attempt. And he misses all three. That's not going to get it done, unfortunately, for Brookline.
Well, if Tommy makes one of these two, he's going to at least hit the 20-point mark. I would love to be the kind of player that gets 20 points in a game and people say, but he didn't get 30.
Consistently. He does that consistently. Especially recently as of late.
Well, he didn't hit the 20-point mark either.
He misses the first one, and there's Elijah driving to the right, and he finishes. Good, strong finish by Elijah.
Great decision by Newton to let him take it to the hoop. Let him get the 2 points.
You don't want to stop the clock there necessarily.
Exactly. All you don't want right now is a 3-point shot. That is all.
(63-57) with 19.2 seconds left. Newton North with a 6-point lead. Brookline is hoping for I wouldn't call it a miracle, but it's something close to it.
Well, the question is, does Coach Luke decide to foul right now, or does he go for the quick steal?
I would say they have to foul immediately. I'll say going for the steal is extremely risky.
Well, let's see who Newton's what Newton's lineup will be, and I would like you, Eric, to point out which one do they foul, because they can all shoot free throws. Actually, no, that is not true. Moy's there. I would foul Moy. Moy has hit like 2 free throws all game, and he's taken like 8 or 10.
He has struggled a bit today from the line.
I would foul Moy.
That might be why he's making the inbounds pass right now.
That is absolutely why.
And he fakes the toss long. And this is back to Moy. And there's out of bounds. Sloppy play by Newton North.
Will this game ever end? I mean, and there he comes. There comes Obi.
And Brookline has life. Tyler Patterson is taking the inbounds pass.
You either need a very quick 2-pointer, or
there's Rogers.
Or the 3-pointer.
And I was expecting Rogers to take it, but there's a fast break. And number 22, Jack Boucher, he finishes. I was really surprised that Rogers wouldn't attempt for the 3 on that one.
That's all she wrote, guys.
And Mumatz for the desperation 3. And that's the game.
Can we call this an upset?
It appears as if Newton North definitely, Brookline definitely had the upper hand for the first half, and they like kind of slowed down. They were a little bit sluggish.
You know what? This was a very well-coached game. Props for Tommy, who even though he didn't keep his 30-point mark going, still had a huge game. Hit that dagger three-pointer to send.
Yeah, towards the end of the game, that kind of made things. That was in desperation mode for Brookline after that.
But great game, very competitive. I am sure that if these two teams happen to meet each other later into the season, or maybe even in the postseason,
it would be another interesting game.
It's going to be a great game, and both teams are going to be going at it.
Very tight throughout. We had a tie game right at the end of the third quarter. Brookline got a little bit sloppy, forced some shots, and Newton North kind of ran away with it towards the end.
Great game, just great game, Eric, and it was a pleasure.
So
pleasure calling the game with you.
So for BATV, I'm Eric Fernandez along with Lucas Berlin, and we are out.
Guys, let's just go talk to him. Yeah, it looks like.
Send that XLR cable with them?
Yes.
Okay. Don't leave yet.
Okay. Can you go in and go to camera 3 right here where Sarah is? Help her out. She's got to set up the 2 microphones and she's got to set up the light on top of the camera. Sandy's going to grab you 1 XLR cable to hook up the handheld mic. So if she's looking for that, tell her it's on its way. Okay.
I got
1 and there.
And we're back here at Schloon's Gym here in Brookline, Massachusetts, where we saw the Newton North Tigers defeat the Brookline High School Warriors. And honestly, this game was a tale of two different halves.
Well, Eric, this was such an entertaining game. Brookline on fire in the beginning of the game. Barry especially hitting 2 very early three-pointers. And Elijah just going at it, getting 10 points in the first half. But then the roles kind of reversed. Tommy, who was a little bit, even though he had 9 points, he was a little bit quiet in that first half, just turned it on in the second half, scoring 10 points, and especially a huge, huge three-pointer at the left wing to pretty much seal the deal.
All game we emphasized how Obi was, his presence was, he had a large presence in the paint. He was dominating the boards. He was getting easy lands in the paint, but that was just not happening in the second half. He got into some foul trouble. He had to sit out for the majority of the fourth quarter. And honestly, Newton North definitely took advantage.
Well, also, I feel that Newton North did a very good job of denying him the ball in the second half. They let him do whatever he wanted in the paint, and after that, game just done. Yeah.
And honestly, the role players, Jack Boucher for Newton North, as Coach Connolly mentioned, and Liam Bruno, he had a great game, hustling throughout, contesting shots in the paint, and causing havoc for Brookline High School.
Jack and the Bruno brothers. Don't forget about the other Bruno brother. They both had a very good game. This game came down to the Newton's role players playing a little better than Brookline's role players.
So Newton North definitely was able to get a little bit of redemption, a little bit of revenge for their previous loss against Brookline High School. And this is Eric Fernandez along with Lucas, reporting live from Schloon's Gym. This is BATV, and we're out.